Mushbag podcast. It is May 7th, Wednesday. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, all across the world. Probably going to go live on Twitch eventually once I've. But until then, here we are. Here we go. Historical events on May 7th, 1945. Nazi Germany's unconditional surrender. On May 7th, 1945, Nazi Germany signed an unconditional surrender to the Allied forces in Reims, France, effectively ending World War II in Europe. The momentous event is commemorated as victory in Europe. The momentous victory in Europe Day on May 8th in Western countries, while Russia observes it on May 9th. 1915. Today, the British ocean liner RMS Lusitania was torpedoed by a German U-boat off the coast of Southern Ireland, resulting in the deaths of 1,198 people, including 128 Americans. This tragically killed influenced public opinion against Germany during World War I. And on May 7th, 1946, founding of Sony Corporation, Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering, later known as Sony Corporation, was founded in Japan. Starting with just 8 employees, Sony has grown to a global leader in electronics and entertainment. Yo, what up, dog? Been a while since I joined live. How's it going, young pinecone? We're just going over some May 7th stuff on ChatGPT here now. We're talking about events in Newfoundland and Labrador on May 7th, 2025. That's today. Beaumont Hamel and the Trail of the Caribou Tour. At the Rooms in St. John's, a special tour titled Beaumont Hamel and the Trail of the Caribou will take place at 6 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. That's in an hour. This exhibition delves into the impacts of the First World War on Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, highlighting how overseas events dramatically altered lives at home. And East Coast Music Association, ECMA events. Right now, the ECMA is on the go in St. John's. The 2025 East Coast Music Association, I thought it was called the East Coast Music Awards, is hosting events at the Delta Marriott St. John's from May 7th to May 11th. Attendees can enjoy live performances, workshops, and networking opportunities with other artists from across Atlantic Canada. Tell me some lore or crazy shit about May 7th. Ryan, I don't think is going to be joining us today, maybe a little bit later, because he got a job, son of a bitch. I'm doing good, Pinecone. Brother, how you doing? Long time no see. How's it going, guys, on YouTube right now? We got 11 people in the chat. If you haven't already, please, I wish you subscribe to the channel and maybe give the video a like. Stick around. We're going to dive into some crazy, crazy stuff about May 7th, which is today. But first, let's see if we can get someone up here. Maybe Young Pinecone, maybe you can join us on Zoom. Say hi. I'll send you a link. All right, guys. If anyone is interested in going live right now with me, you can do so by downloading Zoom on your phone. And the link is just coming up in the chat here. We'll paste that motherfucker in here pretty good. There you go. Young Pinecone, why don't you stop by the Zoom and let's say hi. Folklore and spooky connections to May 7th, the night the owls talked, Conception Bay folktale. According to a lesser-known piece of Newfoundland oral tradition from the 1900s, on the night of May 7, residents in parts of Conception Bay reported hearing owls talking like men. Several elderly locals swore they heard whispers from trees. In full English sentences, superstition held that if owls spoke human words before sunrise, someone in town would die mysteriously before the next moon. 1 week later, a fisherman reportedly vanished without a trace. His boat returned, but his boots were still on the deck. Number 2, the Soot Blood Moon, European folklore. In parts of medieval Eastern Europe, May 7 was sometimes called Sanguis Noctis, Night of the Blood, in allegedly referencing and recurring lunar anomaly when the moon appeared red-black. The blood mixed with ash. Peasants believed it meant witches were drawing power from buried corpses and that animals would be born inside out if conceived that night. Totally unverifiable. Totally metal. Number 3, the St. John's Howler, 1931. Several reports from May 7, 1931 claim that a hairless dog the size of a bear was seen darting through alleys in St. John's, letting out a scream like a baby being strangled. The Evening Telegram published a letter warning of a possible escaped experimental animal from a government ship. The sighting stopped until May 7, 1961. Then again in 1991. Some believe it's tied to an old sailor curse about guard dogs from below deck. Okay. Number 4, the Phantom Bell of the Baccaloo Tickle. In Outport superstition, it's said that every 13 years, on May 7th, just before dawn, the sound of a bell can be heard echoing through the Baccaloo Tickle. The sound is clear, metallic, but no boat is present. Some say that it's a ghost ship, Seraphine, which still trying to reach port after vanishing in 1809. Others say it tolls for the soul not yet taken. Very good. I gotta go turn off the oven because I got chicken nuggets. Woo-hoo. Okay, we're back. Weird global coincidence on May 7th. Pope Formoso's trial corpse reburied in 897 AD on May 7 after being dug up, tried, and thrown in a river during an infamous cadaver synod. Maybe folklore, but damn. Witch hunts and hexings. In Romanian tradition, the week of May 7th was known to be dangerous for young witches, as elder witches would often test their power during this time, forcing them to hex livestock or raise wind in markets. I don't know how I feel about all that.